You know, I'm a terrible gardener, and I'll be the first to admit it. I don't like weeding. Good morning. So today I'm out here. It's 7:30 in the morning. I'm cutting this grass. I already cut it. I've already weeded it, and I've already... Let me take you back, because I only have certain grass I have to cut. And that's between our garage and our house. So I just do this little patch. So I already cut it, cleaned or weeded it, and blew off the grass. Next, I've got to get out there in the garden and weed some of that garden because it's a mess. That's the grass I cut. It's nothing. It takes me about 10 minutes. And yeah, so that's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to weed the garden for an hour. Look at all these weeds. Ever since I've had a garden here, it's just had tons of weeds. The weed pressure is just so maddening. I have to go weedy down below because I'm sure it's grown up. I haven't been down there since for over a week. And it grows up so fast with all this nasty rain we're getting. It's very hot and humid today. Well, it's not so hot, but it's humid. It's manageable, but it feels like a sauna out here. Not gonna lie. And when you have terrible weed pressure like we do, you know, I'm going to tell you, it's just, you know, I am not an example gardener to follow. I have spent probably thousands of dollars on different types of gardening methods, such as no-till, hauling in truckloads of compost, putting down wood chips, free wood chips, tons of paper, tons of cardboard. I've done it all. And I have a couple of raised beds in the greenhouse, but I didn't plant in there this year. I know the beds are probably really good because I did it hugelkultur method last year. We had a load of chicken manure, a load of, they each have straw bales in them. They each have logs in them, and then a load of dirt, soil. So I know they're probably really good by now. But I was just in there and there was a snake. And I couldn't tell what it was, but its tail was slithering behind the bed, and I caught this much of its tail. It was going pretty quick. Because of the woods, we get a lot of snakes. And we've had a couple of dogs bit by copperheads. In fact, Lucy Lou had been bit by a copperhead, our Great Pyrenees. One of our Great Pyrenees. My son, Kevin, who has passed away, he had a little chihuahua. That little chihuahua crawled under our shed over here in the backyard and went after a snake, and it was a copperhead. Bit him on the ear. His ear and cheek swelled up just twice the size of his head and was like that for about 6 months, but both of the dogs survived. We've had sheep bitten by snakes, but sheep venom for snake, or snake venom for sheep, is not toxic. And so they do just fine. There's not a method that I haven't tried, and I'm really good at following instructions. So, you know, I'm just a failure gardener. Now I do get a lot of produce. I always have a ton of weeds. And I usually end up letting it go because I can't deal with the weeds. I like neat and orderly, and it drives me crazy. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows almost entirely done. I still have some weeds in the middle of these, but I am going to put some landscape fabric down in between them. So now it's on to the pepper. That being said, don't do as I do. There's a lot better channels out there that are good at gardening, like Simply Jan Homestead. Follow her, okay? Don't follow me. There's a bunch of them. You can just, you know, gardening 101. But, you know, mine's way beyond success. Way below success. It's way beyond, you know, I can never teach you anything about gardening because I'm miserable at it and I just fail. But I do have a jump on my peppers, so let me get these done. First, that you can't see because there's so many weeds. Tomatoes, I'm going to do those peppers and tomatoes today, and tomorrow it'll be the squash. And the next day, the watermelon and the cucumbers. So, here we go. I'm gonna go out here and get this goat in, help my husband. But I know there's a ton of ticks, so I'm gonna spray some tick spray. How'd he get out? Even with the electric?